Do not test me.
Why, that hurts!
Aye, got some coin to spare your humble storyteller? Much appreciated.
Would that all my days were so tranquil.
Really? Now, you mustn't shirk your duty, lest you forget 'tis the Arisen we serve here. One can never have too many materials. I'll harvest some now.
This ox cart's bound.
I'll need to see some coin before I let you on.
Days like this make me glad.
If this is where I started,
Fine.
This spell will empower you with elemental magic.
I'll hold the enemy.
Not a bad idea.
time.
What did I ever do to you, eh? Soon as my ship's done, I'm onto the tavern.
If our destination is a distant one, travel by ox cart might be worth considering.
Goblins approach!
We have no means of exploiting our enemy's weakness. Foremost priority is to douse those flames.
I'll not stand.
Doesn't be long.
Naught compares to the thrill of victory. One cannot help but feel indomitable.
Overconfidence is an enemy in and of itself. Let us instead strive to better ourselves with every battle.
Well met. Pleasure doing business with you.
This food's gone rotten.
Well met. Hope to see you again.
I'm just grateful I get to lead a... Mind waiting till I finish up for the day?
Some peas and pie. Aye.
Oi! Bring me a... Oh! You know.
Lots to do. And precious little time.
What am I to do? He really ought to have returned by now. Is that you, Norbert? Oh, fie. I've got my... Wait, listen. Would you be willing to search for my brother? The brave fool said he was going to look for herbs and went off into the forest. I've seen no sign of him since. I'd go and search for him myself, only... It is a dangerous place. Understand? I'm not afraid of monsters. But 'twould hardly help anything if I were to run in there unprepared and get myself hurt now, would it? So I thought, mayhap you'd go in my place. You look like you could manage those woods better than I. Please, sir. I worry for my brother. Many thanks. Go into the forest and turn when you reach the tree with the bird's nest, keeping the cliff to your right. Ah, this won't work, will it? I could see the route in my mind's eye, but my feet know it better than I do. I don't think I could plot it on a map, and it's hard to describe, but my brother and I are the only ones who use that path to my knowledge. I suppose there's only one thing for it. I'll have to show you the way. Just be alert. I'll need you to watch over me, keep me safe. You will, won't you? Right. In we go then.
We've been called upon to render aid. Let us make haste.
Wish I didn't have to work to earn my bread. Where are you going with those number of my shoulders?
We are none of us alike in vocation.
'Tis a tad inconvenient that we can't share equipment.
Let us utilize our individual strengths wherever possible. I suppose there can be no harm in bringing this along.
We'll find a use for it, I'm sure.
I don't like this place at all.
This is a good spot. Let's stop here a moment. I've camped here with my brother many a time. No doubt he caught his breath here before moving on, same as us. Follow me.
Night time already. I thought it was rather dark.
Shall we check our packs and be off?
Shall we get underway?
Follow me. We ought press on, lest aught befall my brother.
Pray, light. The lantern, master.
If you mean to find Sir Norbert, methinks I know where to look. I can guide you to the vicinity of our destination, master.
You have our gratitude. Lead the way.
No sense letting the enemy gain the upper hand. Early Griffin gets the worm, as they say.
Can anyone hear me? Please! I need help!
The enemy is upon us. Armed with weapons.
Steel yourselves. We must remain calm.
I'd thought I was done for.
Ah, it was a near thing. How are you feeling?
I think I'll be all right. But if you hadn't come for me, Thanks, Ian.
Save your thanks, Norbert. I'm your brother. And I ought to have come sooner.
From where I'm standing, all that matters is that you made it in time. Anyway, I'm eager to be rid of this place. Let's return to the village, shall we? The sooner the better. I've got to deliver these medicinal herbs to the people who need them.
Ah, you'll hear no complaints from me. Let's be off then.
Let us proceed with caution, keeping an eye on our charge at all times.
I'm just glad to live another day.
a glad thing to find Sir Norbert in good health. Shall we get him back to Melv? I can guide you there, if you wish.
A guide is most welcome. Now we shan't lose our way.
Perhaps this will seem of little consequence, but different masters favor different pawns. One whom I served preferred to have beastrons for allies.
Each to their own.
Right, just follow me. You'll never reach our destination if you continue in that direction, Master. But I suppose I can guide us there later. Too fast for you! Are we ignoring the enemy today?
Let us defer to the Arisen's judgment.
I suppose 'tis so.
When their skulls are smashed beyond repair.
Back at last. That was an...
Aye, I'm exhausted, but I can rest after I've delivered these herbs. I'll be back soon.
Good on you. Just take care, all right? You wonder why I don't follow him? So long as he stays away from that forest, he'll be fine on his own. When my brother told me he was going to fetch those herbs, I refused to join him. Said it was too dangerous. What with the monsters acting strangely of late. And I was right. But mayhap none of this would have happened had I only gone with him. My brother is always the one taking the initiative, while I stand around with my hands in my pockets. But today's misadventure showed me that the path forward is the one with fewer regrets. Even when you can't be sure where it leads. We managed to save Norbert, and perhaps that's all that matters. Still, I can't help but wonder if I couldn't have spared him some of the pain and fear he suffered. I'd only steeled myself sooner. So from now on, I'm going to trust in my own instincts. Ne'er again will I let fear stop me from doing what I know to be right.
Sir Ian was rather hard on himself, methinks. He saved his brother just as much as we did.
No, I must be mistaken.
If you want my advice, heed no...
At the end of the day... Now merely sit back.
I follow my whims.
It's been a hard day.
Do to neglect proper nutrition.
Be taken care of before the day's done.
I appreciate that.
This might be worth a read.
A thorough perusal might reveal aught of interest.
Well met, sir. How might I be of service? Do come again. Fancy a look at my wares?
If you see aught untoward, pray.
Lots to do. Have precious little time.
Well met, sir. One never can have too many of these.
What say we pelt one at the next foe we encounter?
Here at the inn, I get so few customers, you see, that I can manage both roles myself. But enough of that. Me? Did you need something? Always a pleasure.
Perhaps a stroll through town. See what I can find.
Well met, sir. How much? Might I be of service?
Always a pleasure.
It takes two to make a sale, and this seller had nothing to tempt us with. Our funds are better spent elsewhere.
Gold is a resource best spent due
Here at the inn, I get so few customers, you see, that I can manage both roles myself. Elf. But enough about me. Did you need some?
Always a pleasure.
Could have sworn I had ought to. Gold eggs for us are assigned to
well met, sir.
What should I get up to today?
Perhaps let's stroll through town. See what we can find. I follow my whims, wheresoe'er they...
I'm not taking any passenger.
Have you forgotten something, Arisen? You're looking rather large.
This ox cart's
I'll need to see some coin before I let you on.
This really is fun craftsmanship. This part's a little different as well.
Oh, yes? I possess no ill intent, I assure you. I merely wished for a closer look at these bows. Those of other races differ so in design from our own, you see. I cannot deny I am curious about them. That's all 'tis, mind, curiosity. I have no desire to actually own one of these contraptions myself, and even if I did, it isn't as if I could purchase one. It would be unseemly for an elf to aspire to such a thing. No matter how they fascinate me, it isn't to be.
The goblins, I hope you can reclaim aught from the fiends. 'Twould bring me peace of mind to know someone taught them a... lesson at least.
These foreign bows do so intrigue me, but I shall admire... You would simply give this to me? Oh, that is most generous. I would gladly accept it. You have my gratitude. Fascinating. 'Tis not dissimilar from an elven bow in make, and yet 'tis unlike one in near every respect, such as this bowstring. It looks quite the same, but the tension is altogether different. I suppose that comes from using different materials. Why do you stare? Perhaps you find it absurd that I should marvel so at a bow not of elven make. I suppose I sought inspiration, for I confess I find myself rather lost. My aim has suffered of late, such that my wayward arrows simply would not strike true. The timing could not be more unwelcome, as my skill with a bow is to be put on trial anon. Forgive me. I should not expect you to know of our ways. I speak of the trial of archery, a time-honored elven custom. Every elf undergoes this trial when they reach maturity. Till we succeed, we are not considered to have come of age. I have been training most diligently, yet my skills ne'er seem to take shape. Indeed, I fear my aim has only worsened with each new failing. I grew so vexed with myself that I sought to learn a foreign form of archery rather than master my own people's. Thanks to you, I now have the means to do so, though I dare say I shan't make any headway on my own. Say, it might be just what I need to find my aim. Please, sir, you give to me this bow. I only ask that you show me how to wield it. Many thanks. I'm indebted to you twofold, but this is no place to practice. Would you be so kind as to meet me by the ruins north of Trevo Mine? That's where I train, you see. I'll be able to concentrate on your display of bowmanship much better there. I do hope you'll join me. For now, I shall bid you farewell.
Interested in my wares? Go on, have a look. Many thanks.
Leave the finding of equipment-enhancing materials to me, Master. I shall...
Be well, Arisen.
Let us work together to honor the...
I'll carefully conserve my strength and endeavor to survive every battle by way of sound strategy and... Tis a pleasure to meet you.
All told, I'm rather satisfied.
If we
with
share our strengths, we can begin formulating a...
Displaying bowmanship for an elf? My hand would tremble on the string if 'twere me. But I expect you'll do just fine. I can guide you there if you wish.
You have our gratitude. Lead the way.
Do watch where you're going. You'll hurt yourself one of these days.
Oh, don't mind me. These things happen. You'd think they'd have learned from the last lot that we're not to be trifled with.
Focus on finding victory, whatever our discipline.
Fear not. 'Tis well in hand. Guard all you want. Won't make a difference when I've grappled you, see?
Even if we had but to follow the road west from Burnworth.
There are useful ingredients to be gathered here, I'll wager.
No harm in picking a few.
As your pack becomes heavier, so too does your step. Perchance you ought to let these things go.
Fascinating way to end the foe. This will serve for a fine tale when I rejoin my master.
Now that is a surprise.
Let us not get ahead of ourselves. The battle continues.
Oops. I suppose there is such a thing as
My curative magics are at your disposal. Wait a moment.
over so soon? Why, we seem to have come through unscathed.
Overconfidence is an enemy in and of itself. Let us instead strive to better ourselves with every battle.
Was this ox cart assailed? It is in a dreadful state.
The work of goblins, maybe?
No room for carelessness.
I shan't let them harm you. I enjoy tackling fierce foes and prefer combat's thrills to... This is generally used as a material.
I'm sure we'll find a purpose for it in due time.
Our adventure continues.
Come. We've much to be getting on with.
A new day, a new perspective.